Have you ever wondered why some families stay poor generation after generation? This query might have crossed your mind at some point as you navigate the complex world of finance. The lessons parents teach their children are of utmost importance. These nuggets of wisdom, or lack thereof, can shape their future, particularly their financial situation. It's worth noting that advice, no matter how well-intentioned, can sometimes lead us down the wrong path. There are certain pieces of advice that, instead of fostering financial growth, can inadvertently keep people in the shackles of poverty. This is a cycle that we see repeating itself in families, generation after generation. The truth is, there's a lot more to financial literacy than meets the eye, and sometimes it's the advice we've heard our whole lives that could be holding us back. In this video, we will explore 5 pieces of advice that, while often given out of love, can lead to financial struggle. First on our list is the classic adage, money is the root of all evil. Now, this seemingly harmless phrase might not strike you as detrimental at first glance. However, it's vital to understand the negative implications it can sow, especially in the minds of young ones. This advice often paints a grim picture of money, depicting it as a corruptive force. This mindset can be counterproductive, potentially stifling ambition and discouraging hard work. After all, why would one strive for something perceived as inherently evil? The reality is, money in itself is not evil. Instead, it is a tool, a medium of exchange that enables us to acquire goods and services and facilitate our lives. Imagine money as a hammer. It can be used to build a house, or in the wrong hands, it can wreak havoc. The hammer isn't evil. It's the intention and action of the person wielding it that determines its use. Similarly, money can be used to create opportunities, provide for families, fund education, and support charitable causes. Conversely, it can also be used for less noble endeavors. It all boils down to the individual's intentions and actions. It's essential to instill in children a healthy relationship with money, teaching them that it's not an evil entity, but a tool that can be used for both good and bad. We should encourage them to strive for financial stability and independence, not because they should covet money, but because of the opportunities and security it can provide. Furthermore, it's crucial to promote the values of hard work, integrity, and responsibility in relation to money. Teach them that it's not just about having money, but how they earn it and how they use it that truly matters. Remember, it's not money itself that's evil, but the love of money that can lead to harmful behaviors. It's the greed, the obsession, the unscrupulous pursuit of wealth at any cost that can indeed be destructive. However, when treated with respect and used wisely, money can be a powerful tool for good. The second piece of advice we often hear is, you must go to college to be successful. Now, don't get me wrong, higher education can be a fantastic springboard to a thriving career. It can broaden your horizons, foster critical thinking, and open doors to opportunities. However, it is not the sole path to success. Our society tends to glorify the traditional route of going to college, earning a degree, and landing a high-paying job. But there are other ways to achieve financial stability and personal fulfillment. For instance, vocational training can provide specialized skills that are in high demand in today's job market. Tradespeople like electricians, plumbers, and carpenters often earn solid incomes without the burden of student loan debt. And let's talk about entrepreneurship. Some of the world's most successful individuals didn't follow the beaten path of university education. Think of names like Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Richard Branson. These individuals dared to dream, to innovate, and to take risks, often dropping out of college to pursue their entrepreneurial ventures. Their success stories serve as powerful reminders that there's more than one way to climb the ladder of success. Speaking of student loan debt, it's a menacing shadow that looms over many college graduates. It's no secret that the cost of higher education has skyrocketed in the past few decades. Many students find themselves buried under a mountain of debt, which can take years, sometimes even decades, to pay off. This financial burden can delay other important life milestones like buying a home, starting a family, or saving for retirement. So, the next time you hear someone say, you must go to college to be successful, remember there are many paths to success. Education is undoubtedly important, but it doesn't always have to come in the form of a college degree. vocational training, apprenticeships, entrepreneurship, self-learning. These are all valid and potentially lucrative paths. Education is important, but remember that success comes in many forms, not just a college degree. Next up, we can't afford it. This statement, often heard in households across the globe, can unintentionally instill a mindset of scarcity in children. It's a phrase that echoes in the halls of our childhood, reverberating in our adult lives and shaping our relationship with money. While it's crucial to be honest with our kids about financial constraints, it's equally important to carefully consider the language we use. The phrase, "we can't afford it," can create a sense of financial fear and anxiety, leading to a perception of money as an elusive, out-of-reach entity. This mindset can be limiting as it discourages creative thinking and problem-solving in the face of financial challenges. Now, let's shift gears and talk about an alternative approach. What if, instead of saying "we can't afford it," we said "how can we afford it"? This subtle shift in language can make a world of difference. It encourages a mindset of abundance and possibility, prompting us to think creatively about how we can make our resources stretch further. This is where the importance of teaching children about budgeting and saving comes in. Instead of simply saying "we can't afford it," we can use these moments as opportunities to educate our children about financial responsibility. We can talk to them about setting aside money for the things they want, teaching them the value of patience and delayed gratification. We can introduce them to the concept of budgeting, showing them how to allocate their resources wisely. We can teach them about saving, illustrating how small, consistent amounts can accumulate over time. Through these lessons, we can empower our children to view money as a tool rather than a barrier. We can equip them with the skills they need to navigate the financial landscape of adulthood, instilling in them a sense of confidence and control when it comes to managing their money. So, the next time you're about to say "we can't afford it," take a pause. Consider using this moment as an opportunity to teach your child about budgeting, saving, and financial responsibility. Instead of saying "we can't afford it," try saying "how can we afford it?" Scene script. Fourth on our list, rich people are greedy and dishonest. It's a statement we've all heard at some point, and it's a viewpoint that can lead to a toxic relationship with wealth. When we label all wealthy individuals as selfish and untruthful, we create a negative stereotype. This stereotype can breed resentment, and it can make us wary of pursuing wealth ourselves. After all, who wants to be seen as greedy or dishonest? But here's the thing. Wealth in and of itself is not a character trait. It is neither good nor bad. It's neutral. It's how we handle wealth, how we acquire it, and how we use it that defines us. Imagine for a moment a world where everyone believed that being rich equates to being dishonest. What kind of message does that send to our children, to our future generations? It tells them that to be rich, they must abandon their moral compass. It tells them that wealth and integrity cannot coexist. This is a dangerous and false narrative. The truth is, there are countless examples of individuals who have earned their fortunes honestly and ethically. They've worked hard, they've been innovative, and they've provided value to others. They've used their wealth to create jobs, to support charities, to invest in ideas that make the world a better place. It's also important to remember that greed and dishonesty are not exclusive to the wealthy. These traits can be found in individuals from all walks of life. It's not the amount of money in our bank account that makes us greedy or dishonest. It's our actions and our choices. We must teach our children to strive for wealth, not for its own sake, but as a tool to create positive change, to help others, and to live a life of comfort and security. We must teach them that wealth can be earned honestly and can be used for good. Wealth does not automatically equate to greed or dishonesty. It's time we stop perpetuating this harmful stereotype and start fostering a healthier, more positive view of wealth. And finally, money doesn't buy happiness. This is an age-old adage that many of us have heard time and again, and at face value, it's true. Money, in and of itself, cannot purchase joy, laughter, love, or any of the other emotions we associate with true happiness. However, it's vital to understand that financial stability can play a significant role in our overall well-being. When we're not constantly worrying about how we're going to pay our bills or put food on the table, we're able to dedicate more of our mental energy towards the pursuit of happiness. Money can provide us with the freedom to spend our time doing things we love, exploring new hobbies, or even helping others, all of which can greatly contribute to our sense of happiness. So while money may not directly buy happiness, it can certainly pave the way to it. Remember, money may not buy happiness, but it can certainly make life a bit easier. So there we have it. 5 pieces of advice that can inadvertently lead to financial struggle. We've explored the pitfalls of believing that money is the root of all evil and how this belief can limit one's financial growth. We've discussed the misconception that success is solely tied to a college education and highlighted the importance of other paths to success. We've tackled the phrase "we can't afford it" and how it can foster a scarcity mindset instead of encouraging creative solutions. We've debunked the stereotype that rich people are greedy and dishonest, and emphasized the importance of ethical wealth accumulation. And finally, we've addressed the notion that money doesn't buy happiness and underscored the importance of financial stability in living a fulfilling life. The key takeaway should be this: teaching our children a healthy view of money and success is critical. Let's break the cycle of poverty by teaching our kids the right lessons about money and success.